Hello, 5th grade students. We're back in another unit. So we are in unit 2. So I thanks to you for all your jobs, for all your activities. I know it's very hard, it's very difficult to work like this, but we need to improve. Every day we are learning something new. Okay? Also me, I am learning something new. I learned how to do the Google formularios, to record these videos, no? Uh, Remember, all the videos are on YouTube. Those videos are special for you. Okay? Now, we're going to continue with our book. We will continue in Unit 1, Trends. Okay? Page 15, as you can see. And the topic for today is Retro Britain. When we talk about Britain, we talk about England, no? So here I can see United Kingdom, London. This is the map. Okay, so we're going to focus in London or the United Kingdom. So let's look at this. Here I have some pictures. No, can you identify this person? Yes or not? Maybe people who loves rock and roll love him. It's a Beatle. I mean, Paul McCartney? Yes. And do you know this car? This green one? Yes? No. What about this box? It says telephone. It's in red. And there is another one in green. And also, there is a car. London's calling. So, those pictures refers to picture, the person in this picture is Paul McCartney, and he is an integrant of the Beatles. No? The second one is the red telephone box. This red telephone box, it's an icon in London. You can see them. The Mini, it's a car. Yes. Have you seen Mr. Bean? Do you know Mr. Bean? Yes, Mr. Bean has a Mini. His car is a Mini. And the black cab. It's like here in our country we say taxi. Okay? So here says Retro Britain. There are a lot of icons which represent the UK, but some only symbolize the Britain of the past. No? So the idea is that we are talking about icons, but especially icons that in which you can see the past. For example, let's see with the first one. No? I have the listening.
CD 1, track 16. Listen to the magazine article. Retro Britain. There are lots of icons which represent the UK, but some only symbolise the Britain of the past. The Beatles. The Fab Four, the most popular guitar band of all time, are known and loved all over the world. They released their first album more than 50 years ago, but their songs are still as popular as ever. The band went through a number of style changes over the years, from 1959 to 1970, but this image of the young band in their cool suits and short hairstyles is probably the most iconic. The red telephone box. The first telephone box was designed in the 1920s, when very few people had telephones at home. People don't use them anymore, but they still decorate some street corners, especially in tourist areas. You used to put a penny into it to make a call. In the 1930s, domestic phones appeared, but they didn't have a keypad like modern phones. In fact, they looked something like this. People used to get tired of dialing the numbers. The Mini. In 1959, the most famous car in the British motor industry arrived, the Mini. It was a car popular with both the rich and the famous. Everybody loved the Mini. Before production stopped in 2000, nearly 6 million people had bought one. Now there is a new Mini on the streets, but it's not British anymore. It's German. The first Mini cost just £500. The new German Mini can cost as much as £16,000. The Black Cab. The London cab is the icon that has survived the longest, but of course the design has changed a lot. The first cabs, introduced in the 17th century, were pulled by horses. Although traditionally black, they also come in other colours, including gold. Nowadays, more and more cabs are being covered all over in advertising. Today, you can also travel in them in other world cities, but it will cost you a little more than the original taxi fare of sixpence.
Okay, class, you listen to the audio. Here, if you want, you can stop the video and you can read by yourself. There's no problem. Listen, the idea is to read. We're going to change our activities. We're going to meet later in a Zoom video conference, so the idea is to get ready. Okay? Now listen. Here I have some activities. Reading a magazine article. So, that is what you've done. No? You read the article. Read the magazine article and check your answers. No? Here, I have to answer the questions I told you about the Beatles, no? About this person, about the red telephone box, about the Mini, and about the black cap. So there's no problem. Let's continue with number 3. Read the article again. What do the 4 icons have in common? Their appearance has changed a lot over time. They are all icons from the 19th century. They all survived as icons for the last 50 years. Now let's see. This is the article. Remember, it's the same article. Paul McCartney, the Mini, the red telephone box, and the black cap. Okay? So let's see. Remember, you need to practice. What do the 4 icons have in common? The appearance has changed a lot over time. Possibility number 1. They are all icons from the 20th century. Another possibility. They've all survived as icons from the last 50 years. Okay, what's your possibility? Number 1, 2, or 3? Mr. Number 2. Okay, let's check. Remember, we are not perfect. Could be the right answer or could be a wrong answer. 1, 2, 3. No, I'm sorry. Try again. Their appearance has changed a lot over time, or they've all survived as icons for at least 50 years. Mister, the last one. Okay, let's see a possibility. 1, 2. Yes. So the idea, what do the 4 icons have in common, is that they've all survived as icons for at least 50 years. So they are very old, including Paul McCartney. Okay, on your book, your answers. Thank you. Let's continue. Here I have an activity. Explore common compound nouns. explore compound nouns. So we're going to see compound nouns in the next video. So my advice for you is to practice this reading because we are going to work with it. See you next video.